Hello students. In this session we are going to discuss about number based program continuation, that is happy number. Happy number means the sum of the square of the digit you have to find till it becomes a single digit. Then that single digit you have to check whether it's equal to 1. Then it's said to be a happy number. See, in this slide I have given 28 is a happy number. How to find 28 is a happy number? I'll explain here. Is a happy number. So 28, how to do find the sum of the digit? 2 square, you have to do the square of each digit. First you have to separate the digit. 2 square plus 8 square. What is 2 square? 4. What is 8 square? 64. So 64 plus 4 is what? 68. So next time you have to find 68. So 6 square plus 8 square. What is 6 square? 36. What is 8 square? 64. 36 plus 64. So 64 plus 36 is what? 100. So 1 square plus 0 square plus 0 square. What is 1 square? 1. 0 square is 0. 0 square is 0. So 1. So you need to do the sum of the digit. When it's double digit, once again you have to do. When it's double digit, once again you have to do. Here it's triple digit, once again you have to do. Now it becomes a single digit, and single digit is equal to 1. So this is called happy number. 1 we will see which is not a happy number. For example, the number is 12. So what is this? 1 square plus 2 square. What is 1 square plus 2 square? 1 plus 4. 1 plus 4 is what? 5. So it's a single digit, but the number is not 1. So it's not a happy number. So the other numbers are 32, 31, all are happy numbers. 17, it's not a happy number. So now question is understood clearly, right? Now we'll go for the program. Public static void main, I'm accepting the number. The input is stored in the variable num. Now we have to check that the number is single digit or not. So for that I need while loop, because here continuously I'm going to find the sum of the digit. How many times? I don't know. So for that I'm using the loop, because if you know how many times, you no need to use the loop, but we don't know how many times that sum of the digit you should find. So till what time you have to stop means till the number is becoming single digit. So for that I'm using the condition number is greater than 9 means it's not a single digit. Means you do that. Do means what you have to do, sum of the digit you have to do. So how to do the sum of the digit? I'm using one more function. If you give the number, it will give the sum of the digit. So I'm calling the function sum and passing this number. So it will find the sum of the digit, it will give the answer that I'm storing in one variable, or that I'm assuming to the same number, num. So next time that num will become the sum of the digit only. Otherwise directly also you can keep in this place num is equal to also. Both are correct. Then I'm closing this while. So whenever the number is double digit or triple digit, it will go, it will do the sum of the digit, the result will be stored. After the while loop, the sum of the digit is stored in num. That num I'm going to check whether it is 1 or not. If it is a single digit, I'm going to check with, if it's 1, I'm going to display as happy number. So what is the output statement? System.out.println, it's a happy number. Else it's not a happy number. Function for it. So what is the name of the function? Sum is a function. The function is going to return a value back. So here number I'm accepting, that number I'm going to find the sum. So sum you are going to find, so one variable s is equal to 0 you are going to do. Then extracting the digit logic, that is while loop, x is greater than 0, same logic you have to write. Then remainder you have to do, x modulo 10, it will give the last digit, that you have to add with s. S plus is equal to Here when you are adding r1 into r1, y means here square of the each digit you have to do sum. Square of the digit you have to do. So it directly should not do r1 into r1. So each digit you are doing square 1. Then x is equal to x by 10 to bring the quotient. Then while loop you are closing. Then here sum of the digit is stored in which variable? S. So that only I am going to return where the user is calling. So return S. Because the function is this with argument and return type. And I will close the function here. And I have to close the class here. So now we'll compile and see the program. "28 is a happy number." Yes. "12 is not a happy number." Yes. Now the flow I will explain you. Now you see, actual program will start from here. Suppose the 28 you are giving us a number here. So first 28 you will give here. It is greater than 9. Yes. Then it will go, it will call the sum, and sum will pass the 28 here. Here x will be 28. And x 28 is greater than 0. And r1 is equal to 28 modulo 10 is what? 8. 8 will be doing 8 into 8. S will be 64 now. And then x equal to x plus 10 means 28 by 10 is 2. So in S1 already what it will be there? 64 will be there. Plus now 2. 2 into 2, 2 will be 4. So 68 will be there in S. Then it will return 68. So once again the function will come back here to the main function. So here it will give what it will give. R will have 68, and 68 will be moved to the num here. And then it will come back here. Num is 68. 68 is it greater than 9? Yes, it will come. Once again 68 will be passed to this. Now 68 will come here. S is equal to 0. Then x is greater than 0. 68 modulo 10. Once again 8 will be here. 8 into 8, 64 here. 64 will be in S1. And then x modulo 10 it will be 6. 6 into 6 it will be 36. 36 plus 64 it will be 100. So while loop will terminate, return yes. S will return 100 there. Here it will come now 100. 100 is greater than 9. S. So once again it will call the function now. So the function will come here. So it will pass now 100. 100 it will extract now 1 into 1. 1 only 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So this will return 1. So once again the control will come here. 1 will assign to num here. And now here 1. 1 is greater than 9? No. So loop will terminate. In num what is stored? 1. 1 is equal to 1? Yes, it will say it's a happy number. Like that it will execute. Clear, children? Okay, learning happy number, be happy.